Hello, artist friends. Welcome to another session. Today, we're going to be playing around with a few different tools in Photoshop. So my process typically involves me taking my paintings or my drawings, scanning them on a V600 photo scanner, and then uploading it into Photoshop. All right, why don't we get started? So here we are in Photoshop, and this is the image that I will be working on. I currently have smart objects on all of these, and so I can't work on them if they're in smart objects. And so I'm just going to take that off. And then I've actually forgotten what the shortcut is for that. Let's see if I click on that little thumbnail. Well, that's strange. What do I need to click on okay, I need to click on the layer for me to just rasterize the layer, which will mean that I can do all sorts of things and use all the tools over here. So I'm just gonna play this in fast motion. I'm also going to just take off that background too as well, so I can see really. Yes, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but there are these sort of like color pencil marks that I really just want to get rid of. Yeah, I don't I appreciate that pink very much on this. I used that to sketch, and then I was like, I think I won't be using pink again to sketch. So I'm going to go around and erase all those little pink marks as well. Just get my eraser. So while we're watching, I'll give you a little info on my color process. So what I like to do is I actually just go online, do a little bit of research, wherever. There are a lot of different places, but one of them that I like to go to is Color Hunt, and I think I've looked at Adobe. Drop a comment if you know of some other color places that you guys like to go to. And then also I start experimenting. So that's just like the beginning process, because again, you want to be as original as possible, and you know the kind of feel that you're going for. And generally I have a preference for natural tones, but I like to bring in some of those brighter colors too. And actually, so to help you guys get started, whether you're getting started with color or whether you are a novice at this, I've actually created a color guide that can give you some ideas on how you can go about color paletting. It will make it easier for your life, so you can move on and do things you really, really want to and enjoy. Here is the fun part. When you get to actually play around with placing the different motifs on your page and thinking about which pieces will be the central pieces and which ones are going to be the filler pieces, and be aesthetically pleasing. So it's looking pretty good. I might I think I need to delete this one here so that I can actually just copy that and put it in place so that I don't have to do that all over again. And yeah, because I'm all about saving time. Okay, I'll just copy this and then I'll bring it over here. And I think it's, yeah, looking much better. Done. One thing I would like to do is just group everything. So now it's all rasterized. But now I think I have to turn these back into smart objects, and then I'll play around with the different color ways after that. Okay. And I'm actually just going to make a working copy as well so that I can play around with the different colors and keep the original, because you always want to keep the original no matter what. All right, so that would be Command E. Oh, no, I need to make a copy first of this. Okay, let me just copy this and then I can now do a Command E, of which I can play around with the colors if I want to, and do all sorts of fun things. And so if I want to play with some colors, I actually want to add another layer actually. Let's see if I can do that. And okay, there it is. See if I can add another layer there. Okay, perfect. I want it to be a new fill layer. So color fill. Yeah, let's just leave it at, okay. I'm all about the earthy colors. So I'm just going to leave it over here like so and see if I can play with that. Okay, then I'll go to my group one over here and I'm going to add another layer again to see if I can change the colors there. So new adjustment layer, and it's going to be hue and saturation. Okay, I'll click on that little box there so I can play around with the colors of that group that I've chosen, and then I'll rename it afterward. Whoa. All right, let's see what we come up with. So I'm noticing it's changing the background, which I don't want. So I'm going to just switch off that color fill for now. The background color fill, and then just work on this alone. Maybe I will just see if I can change certain colors. Can I? I don't know, because see, we go on to the opposite side. Just make that smaller. Okay, I'm gonna pick some tones here. I'm just gonna say the reds and see if I can change those. Whoa, that's pretty intense. um, and it's definitely going away from the more natural tones, but it's definitely interesting for me. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, a lot of the pinks are coming through. Um, I don't know, pink and brown. Pink and brown could work. Ooh, I'm loving this sea sort of teal blue. I think when you go on the opposite ends, it always brings up something interesting. Now let's see what happens. Okay, it's still changing the background too, no matter what I do, whether I put it on or not. It changes the background as well. So I'm not sure how I can actually fix that. Or let's see. What if I did this? Oh, it also changes that too. It changes everything. Okay. All right. Yeah, I wish I could just, okay, I guess it's because it's a working copy. So I'm not sure if it just means everything gets changed, whereas if it's not kind of put together there, yeah, maybe somebody can drop a comment below and tell me what's going on here and what I might need to do. I'm thinking I have to just stick with the group and leave it as a group. We'll save this one. So file, and I'll go to export, save for web legacy because it's easier and just reduces the file size of the document. And then now I'm just going to save it. I called it swell shells. Let's just say green swell shells. My question is, what is going on here? I did not change that up. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I had to close that off. Yeah, 2 groups there. Let's see. And then I'll just add my new layer, new adjustment layer there. And I'll make the levels. Or is it levels or use? Okay, let's do use. Let's see if we can do it this way instead. And see if that will do anything. Yeah, it still changes everything up, including the background. Let's see. Thanks for watching. Look out for the part where I actually upload this image along with some other images to a print shop to get some samples.